As a beginner dev, every time I saw another dev's terminal, I wanted to make mine look cooler. I may be a stock boring dev, but I want to look as pro as possible. In this video, we're going to check out how to customize your shell and prompt to look as pro as they come. You ready? Let's jump in. If you're using ZSH as your shell, which is the default shell on macOS, My ZSH is a must-have. It's an open source full framework for working with ZSH with functions, helpers, themes, prompts, and more. To install it, go to omyzsh.sh, click Install, and run this command in your terminal. While this installs, let's talk about two important terms, the shell and the prompt. Your shell is the text-based interaction with your computer. In macOS's case, the default is ZSH. The prompt is where the blinking cursor is. That's where you input your text commands. Today, we're going to customize a bit of both. Since My ZSH is a framework for ZSH, it uses the .zshrc configuration file to customize ZSH. The install will configure this file for you. That's it. But now what? My ZSH can do a lot, but let me just point out three features. First, it comes with pre-installed keyboard aliases. So with My ZSH installed, type take to create a new directory and move into it with one command, or go up a directory with a double period, or swap between your last two directories with the dash, jump to a recent directory with a number argument. Second, My ZSH includes more than 300 plugins for popular tools. They come pre-installed and can be enabled by adding them in the plugins section of your .zshrc file. Here are my three favorites. Git, a useful collection of aliases and functions for working with Git, like GA for git add, or GCB for git checkout branch, or GBDA, which is a function that deletes all merged branches. vscode, a list of quick aliases for common vscode tasks, like vsc to open the current directory in vscode, vscp with a profile to open a directory using a certain profile, which can come in handy if you use a different profile for work and personal. npm, helpful aliases to speed up regular interactions with npm, like npm rd for npm run dev, or npm u for updating all your packages. There are tons of other built-in plugins like language-specific ones and tool-based ones like Docker, AWS, Brew, or Terraform. Beyond these built-in plugins, the My ZSH community has built out a ton of custom ones that you can install yourself. These include plugins like ZSH Auto Suggestions, which learns your patterns and offers quick suggestions, or ZSH Syntax Highlighting, which makes your commands more readable if your terminal doesn't offer this feature. Finally, My ZSH includes more than 140 prompts built in by default, with hundreds more you can install from the community. Just add a pre-installed theme name to your .zshrc file, or install a community theme and update your configuration file. My ZSH is insane, but hopefully this gives you a taste of the power available to you. When it comes to prompts, these may be all you need. However, there are a few other prompts that you can get outside of My ZSH that may be helpful, especially if you're working in a different shell. First is actually a favorite ZSH prompt, and that is power level 10k. As with many prompts, you want to install a nerd font or font with the ligatures you need. Once you install all four of these, set your terminal to use these fonts. Since the Warp terminal provides its own custom prompt drag and drop editor, I'll also need to tell Warp to prefer my shell prompt. Next, copy and paste the install command found in the power level 10k docs, and then restart ZSH with the exec ZSH command. And just look at this DX. A full wizard helps you assess the fonts in your machine and walks you through a custom setup. Of course, you have full control over all the details of the prompt. For basic color changes, update your theme in your terminal. And for more granular control, you can edit your power level 10k theme file directly, providing additional info or updating the colors manually. We've done a full video walkthrough of how to use power level 10k on our channel, so check that out if you want more information. The second prompt I want to share is called Starship. It's a Rust-based customizable prompt that works with nearly any shell. Once again, Starship relies on ligatures available in nerd fonts. Next, let's install the prompt. Since I'm on macOS, I'll install it with this homebrew command. Finally, since I'm using ZSH, I'll add this line to the end of my .zshrc file. If you're using a different shell, follow your shell instructions. That's it. Now, just like whenever you change your ZSH configuration, either close your terminal and reopen it, or run this source command. This reloads your shell with all your customizations. I think Starship looks awesome by default, but you can add a bunch of customizations to fit your needs. Just look at all these. There's something for nearly every dev. We've installed a full framework and looked at two custom prompts, but now let's talk a little bit about theming. The colors and fonts used in your terminal are controlled by your terminal application. I'm using Warp, and under the appearance, I can set my theme from a variety of pre-installed themes or create my own. We've actually done a video before on creating your own custom theme in Warp, so check that out if you're interested. In these settings, you can also set your font like we've already seen before. Once you have your prompt set up the way you like it, consider adding cool CLI tools like Fuzzy Find, ZOxide, JQ, and more. What other questions do you have about working in the terminal? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.